room. He's going to try to beat him with short punches.
Perfect left hook, that's mayorga. A right cross followed by a sensational left hook. And so much for the notion that De La Hoya didn't have the power to knock mayorga down. That was a perfect shot. He was born with that left hook, Manuel. It came right out of the cradle. Another left hook lands there. Mayorga's okay now.
No, Mayorga's punches are just, he can't see those short. I was just going to beat him with those short, accurate punches.
Manny, we're only 1 minute in.
Well, so much for talking the talk.
What a thrill for the De La Hoya fans and the audience. After all the build-up, a perfect left hook shot and a knockdown in round 1. That's the left hook he threw against Vargas in the 10th.
Oscar's got a real strange left hook. It doesn't look that much, but it's very effective, particularly when he punches when he leaps from his toes.
It's always been his most effective punch. It lands again. 2 more shots to the body, and mayorga just grabs him and bowls him to the ropes.
It's an amateur and a professional.
Where's the 20-month layoff? Where's all the ring rust? De La Hoya seldom looked better than this. Sensational first-round performance. He clocks mayorga with a right hand.
But mayorga is very, very strong.
And dangerous.
Very strong. He just doesn't have the skills out of coordination.
De La Hoya blocks that with his gloves. He's blocked many of mayorga's wild shots with his gloves here in the first round.
Mayorga's punches are very wide. He cannot punch short punches, and Oscar's using that to try to get close and fight him very similar to Trinidad.
Well, already the reckless aggression that mayorga usually throws has been tempered.
Well, I read some excited talk about how viciously mayorga attacks the heavy bag. Notice to mayorga's...
Right here, you see Oscar led a very short punch right here because mayorga has to have too much loop room, and Oscar just such a much more accurate pinpoint puncher. You'll never see it.
Mayorga got in a couple of good shots, including a left hook. The right hand is blocked. When he loops them from over the top, Oscar can see them coming.
I think Oscar's fighting a really smart fight to the way he's fighting. Block it and make it and throw all those wide punches to the outside.
Oscar's picked off every one of these shots with his gloves. That one just missed. Now he gets in a right hand, does mayorga, chopping over the top.
Stop! Box!
De La Hoya telling us yesterday, incidentally, I'm standing straighter up than ever before in my career, and therefore I'm seeing punches better.
He has a beautiful left jab, though. If he needs to work that jab, he will set up a lot of things more.
There it is.
He sets up the jab, and then when the big shots come, you never see it.
Well, of course, that great left hook in the first round was set up by a perfect right cross. Here's the right cross again, and he tries to follow with the cleanup left hook, just short. Huge right hand by De La Hoya. Another left hook and a right hand behind it. Great combination. Plus shots. Mayorga off balance. This is a technical mismatch so far. As much as it was a technical mismatch with Trinidad, this is even more so.
And this is why Oscar picked him. Not so much for the bad mouth and that he would do with help publicity, because he could see that the guy was technically an amateur fighter.
But it's an amateur fighter who beat a very good fighter in Vernon Forrest twice. But let's remember that.
Yeah, but his whole claim to fame is basically off of that one fighter.
Well, but that was a pretty good fighter.
Here you see Oscar shoot those short, straight right hands, which Mayorga has no defense for because he cannot throw punches short and accurate like that.
And De La Hoya is finding all the empty spots. There's a chopping right hand that connected to the side of De La Hoya's face. Oscar careful enough not to just be constantly throwing the jab, but if he could have seen the CompuBox numbers from round 2, he might throw it all the time. Jab, jab, jab. Right hand a little short. Mayorga's punch count is dropping. Now he throws 3 punches and takes a left hook to the body. Gets brutally clocked with an uppercut. Perfect shot. Don't see Oscar throw the uppercut all that often, but my goodness, look at the target.
There's a welt under the right eye of Mayorga.
It's interesting. Oscar is almost fighting the same type fight that Felix Trinidad fought.
Well, it's clear he watched that fight.
Yeah, he's not backing back, giving them room to land those knuckles, but moving into the inside and punching with short punches.
Virtually any real pro would choose this plan, though. This is what you should do against a guy who throws wild like Mayorga.
Oscar is making Mayorga. Good shot.
Uppercut landed flush and snapped De La Hoya's head back. Best punch of the fight for Mayorga.
Oscar better start jabbing more. He's letting the guy get set. He's a beautiful golden left hand, and he's not using it.
I'm sure that Floyd Mayweather Sr. is going to be even more assertive about that point after this round because he got hit with the uppercut, and he might not need to get hit like that if he keeps jabbing. There
you go. Keep working the jab.
That's the ticket.
Here you see Oscar land a beautiful left uppercut. And once you right here, you see Mayorga land a right uppercut. Because Oscar was anticipating a punch coming over top like most of Mayorga.
I'm going to demur here. He's found a way to dominate his opponent without doing that, or not doing it as much as you'd like. But he's got a pretty good formula going so far.
Incidentally, one other disadvantage for Mayorga in terms of dealing with judges, it's a lot easier to see when you've blocked a long looping punch with your gloves than if you blocked a short punch inside with your gloves.
Right.
So when De La Hoya blocks a punch, we know. Jab, jab. Mayorga moves away. Now Mayorga jabbing twice. Body shot by Mayorga, 2 left hooks to the body by De La Hoya, and a right, and a third. He missed upstairs.
When they get in those exchanges, Mayorga has his right hand so low when he's just so vulnerable to get hit with left hooks.
Oscar's finding several ways to set up his left hook.
Well, all you do is get close to Mayorga.
He tells both fighters not to hit on the back of the head. Hard right hand lands for Mayorga.
In his corner, they told Mayorga, you're going to get him in the later rounds. They're hoping that De La Hoya fades. But De La Hoya looks so relaxed in this fight that I don't know that it's going to affect his conditioning. De La Hoya blocks punches with his gloves. Mayorga blocks them with his head.
Well, as you know, if you follow the sport, there's considerable speculation about the possibility, if Oscar De La Hoya succeeds tonight, of this is great combination punching.
Mayorga's right hand is so low, it's very easy to hit it with left hooks.
That was Trinidad's best punch, and it's Oscar's best punch.
Oscar, for the most part, has made Mayorga fight his fight, rather than Mayorga trying to make Oscar fight his fight.
Well, it's hard to make the other guy fight your fight when you're getting hit with his left hook repeatedly. De La Hoya very economical in his punch output. Maybe not throwing as many punches as Floyd Mayweather Sr. would like to see him throw, but landing an extraordinarily high percentage of the punches that he does throw, like that. Fighting Mayorga requires that you go into the blades of a helicopter, but once you get there, the body of the chopper is sitting still.
But Oscar has not been landing clean punches as much as he was earlier. Even though he's shooting them at a close distance, for whatever reason, Mayorga is
because
feeling them
Mayorga
now.
is not attacking him the way he was before because of the fact that he caught so many punches.
Brilliant jab by De La Hoya, snaps Mayorga's head back. He does it again. Just misses with the uppercut. Oscar showing a multiplicity of punches here tonight that we haven't seen from him in some previous fights. And the left hook just keeps on coming. Straight right hand, bang! Left hook, bang!
Well, people wanted to know if Oscar had become a better promoter than a fighter. So far, he's provided a very clear answer to that question.
Jane 80, warning Mayorga for the second time for hitting De La Hoya. Big shots upstairs, down goes Mayorga again. Second knockdown of the fight. And for the first moment of the fight, there's a look of discouragement on Mayorga's face.
I think he's pretty much given up now.
I think he knows he can't deal with the hand speed. Oscar De La Hoya has more hand speed than Ricardo Mayorga, and he's proving it face to face. I was one of the many who did not think a knockout for De La Hoya was possible here. And
It's over.
Right now.
It's all over. This fight is over. A great performance by Oscar De La Hoya. And as I've said before, Jim, when a popular fighter who's had problems comes back with a great performance, it's all the problems have gone away.